So today we are going to discuss how ULA, what are the practices that were basically adopted by ULA to increase their BNPL offering base by 4x in a period of 9 months. So one of the main problems with ULA at the time of like launching their BNPL offering was like they had the product ready, but then they were like basically thinking about what will be the best channels and how to tweak the offering to best suit the use cases of Indonesian Kirana buyers. So a couple of factors were key here while designing this entire journey. One, the banking penetration in Indonesia, that basically has two implications. One, given most of these users are Kirana users, majority of them wouldn't end up having a bank account. Even for users who would have a bank account, majority of them would only be having a savings account without any exposure to, let's say, any credit offering, which would eventually result in them not having any credit score per se. So the overall product was designed in such a way that the entire offering was purely based on the user's transaction history on platform, like how the behavior of that user has been on ULA's platform. Second, given the challenge of banking not being a strong suit of these users, we also had to like offer basically a cash collection service to them on ground. So these were the two key factors that were thought behind launching this product. So once the product went live, initially there was some traction, but now to achieve the scale, we basically had to like figure out a communication strategy around all of this, like what will be the key channels that we'll be leveraging. And once the channels are identified, what will be the frequency of their usage. So the channels that were identified first were like using our own app space. So we have a retailer app for sure. So creating a segment within the app where user could check his eligibility. And if he is eligible, he could complete the journey within the app and become live. Then the other channels that were explored were WhatsApp, telecalling, and FOS. FOS again was limited to certain specific cities where there was like good amount of demand for credit available, and we had good amount of eligible base basically to go ahead and target. So the strategy was such like basically the approach to user has to be like in a ascending order of the cost associated with it. Like for example, app being our own real estate, so that's something which comes for free. So the first targeting of any user would start with the app. So we would start showing banners to them within like while they're shopping, somewhere within the journey of their shopping experience, we would start showing like, hey, you are eligible for credit. Why don't you complete this transaction using your BNPL offering that you're eligible for? That's one. So that would go on for like a few days. Once we have realized that, okay, user had done multiple app sessions, despite that he didn't complete the journey or maybe he didn't notice it at all, which we would start then reaching him out through WhatsApp. We had journeys designed within the WhatsApp, like all the user had to do was like, there were like 2-3 radio buttons given to the user along with 2 questions. One was like capturing his interest about the offering, and second, basically confirming on his repayment behavior, whether it would be an online payment or through cash collection. And that's about it. Though keeping it that simple also helped us to cover a significant portion of this on users through WhatsApp itself. So both retailer app and WhatsApp combined, we had like 40% of our onboardings happening. So once these two channels were explored, we couldn't still target the users. So then we started having like 2 channels. One within the WhatsApp itself, we started creating FOMO to these users. So by FOMO, I meant like users who are onboarded already to these segments. Let's say there's a user in a particular district. There was his neighbor who already started using credit offering. So we had a recorded videos, and then we did geographic targeting. So within a same city, we had these key users were identified, recorded videos, and started sending them on the WhatsApp, asking them, see, your neighbor is using, why don't you also start using? And in parallel, we also had telecalling setup who would call these users. Again, we never asked the users to like do any journey within the app. So once the retailer app phase was done, we never went back and asked the user to complete it. Even the caller had like he had to just ask a couple of questions like whether you're interested. If yes, what will be your payment method, and that's about it. Like we could go back and make the user active. The last resort was basically the FOS. Maybe we would have waited for 10-15 days already by then. We couldn't still convert the user. That's when cities where we had significant eligible base, we started approaching them on ground. This actually helps to also build that connect with the user. One thing that we have seen is like users who come through FOS channels, because there's this physical person going and explaining the terms in person. User basically tends to transact more quickly when compared to the other channels where he had to because he had completed the journey on his own, until he usually wait until he comes back to transact again on the app. But on the FOS, because of the physical touch, the person being in person, we also try to push the transaction as well within the same journey. And this is how over a period of 9 months, Ola had grown their share of BNPL contribution towards their monthly transactions from 5% to 20%. We had a 4x growth in number of users transacting on platform using our credit offering. Thank you.